One of the principal ways, I think, by which we measure the quality and quantity, the depth of our faith is by measuring our charity. Many of the saints in our Catholic tradition speak about this. If you want to know how your faith is doing, look at your charity. And one of the ways, kind of the principal way by which we measure our charity is asking and answering the question, well, how much money did I give? A close second to that is probably, well, how much time did I give or donate? How often did I volunteer and sacrifice my time? In today's gospel, we're given a third way to measure the depth, the quality, the quantity of our faith, beyond that of just charity through money or charity through time. But charity, as shown by how generously we dispense forgiveness. If we want to understand the depth, the quality, the quantity, the profundity of our faith, we can certainly look to the virtue of charity. Yes, through money, yes, through time, but also how generously are we dispensing forgiveness? On September 6th, 2018, there was a news story that played out in national news. A young off-duty Dallas police officer reportedly shot and killed a man named Botham Jean. And she walked into Botham Jean's apartment. And apparently, her name is Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger thought she was actually walking into her own apartment. And so, stunned to see Botham Jean standing there, she opened up fire, shot, and killed Botham Jean. That happened about a year ago, in 2018. And this past Tuesday, a jury of her peers convicted her of murder. This past Wednesday, one day after her conviction, she received much more than a 10-year prison sentence. And that's what she did receive, was a 10-year prison sentence for committing murder. But as I said, she received so much more than that. Something far greater. She received forgiveness. She received the forgiveness of Botham's brother, Brant Jean. And I don't know if you had a chance to see this video. It was all over social media this past midweek, where Brant Jean on Wednesday took the witness stand before Amber Geiger was handed her sentence. And he was given an opportunity to speak. And he spoke to his brother's murderer, Amber Geiger. Here's what he said. First thing, from the witness stand: I forgive you. I forgive you. And I know if you go to God, He will forgive you. And Brant went on speaking to his brother's murderer. I love you just like anyone else. I'm not going to say that I hope you rot and die. I personally hope the best for you. I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you because I know that's exactly what Botham would want you to do. And the best would be for you to give your life to Christ. And he ended by saying, again, I love you as a person, and I don't wish anything bad on you. And then he made a final request, turning to the judge. He said, I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug? And there was no answer. And so he persisted. He said, please, can I give her a hug? And he was given permission, and he left the witness stand, and they hugged for just about 60 seconds. In our gospel today, the apostles tell our Lord, increase our faith. Increase our faith. And that's the first line of the gospel that we read tonight, and it seems like a really random request, just out of nowhere. The first line of the gospel, Lord, increase our faith. But it's actually not that random of a request if we read the preceding verses of tonight's gospel. In the 17th chapter of Luke, our Lord had just finished up telling the apostles that they are to forgive. He began to teach them about this kind of forgiveness that they are called to give and bestow, the same kind of forgiveness that would be demanded of Christ, saying, if your brother sins against you, rebuke him, but if he repents, forgive him. And if your brother sins against you 7 times in one day and says, I am sorry, you should forgive him 7 times. And right after that, the apostles say, Lord, increase our faith. They had made that connection that if we are going to be able to answer such a demanding task and call to forgive our brothers, no matter the sin committed against us, we are going to need that supernatural grace and virtue of faith. We will need that supernatural grace of faith that enables us to identify so closely with our Lord's crucified and broken body. The same crucified and broken Lord who said, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. That virtue of faith that enables us to identify so closely with him that he becomes present through us. That his forgiveness and mercy can be shown and exercised through us, no matter the injustice committed against us. How is our faith this evening? I'm sure most of us have given money. I'm sure most of us have volunteered our time. Do we act just as generously with dispensing the forgiveness of Jesus Christ to those in our lives, just as generously as we are with our money and with our time? Because these are the 3 measurements of how well we are doing in the life of faith, how deep our faith is, the quality of it, and the quantity of it depends on us being charitable also with forgiveness.